Oh, stop recording because we are now recording. All right. So we have just a few of us on today, and hopefully everybody else will take the time to watch this later. So our challenge last time, because I forgot, because I did the call when I was in Miami, and I didn't have any of my normal paperwork with me. So I didn't write down what the challenge was. And then Barbara reminded me the challenge was to talk to people and give out your brochure, right?
Right.
That was the challenge. And then I was like, oh, I did that. Anyway, so I did do that, and I did it because I find it uncomfortable. So the way I did it was I made a little raffle ticket, and I made a little, those bombitos, we've talked about those before, right? The bombitos, those little Ziploc baggies or whatever you want. I used a snack size Ziploc baggie. I put in a business card, I put in a lipstick sample and a fragrance sample usually, sometimes a skincare sample, whatever. And I put some kind of a little flyer in there. You can find all of these under the files in Donna's Dazzling Diamonds. You can find all in the files, and you can put those in there. And then I had my little raffle tickets. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is make a copy of the raffle tickets and figure out how to do that, and then put that on Donna's Dazzling Diamond. You can print them off. It doesn't have any contact information. You can print them off, cut them up, just take some with you. I just said, hi, I'm Donna with Avon, and I'd love to offer you a brochure, and I don't know if you're interested. I do a raffle this is what I've said. I do a raffle every Friday, and if you want to enter my raffle, if you just fill out this information. And all it asks is for their name, phone number, email. And then I have a Avon representative. I would like to receive a brochure. I would like to receive brochures, and I'm interested in the opportunity. That's all they have to do, fill that information out. They get the bombito and they get a brochure. So they get the little gift, the bombito and the brochure. And I did that, and I had, 3 people fill out the raffle. Other people didn't want to fill out the raffle, but I still gave them the brochure and I still gave them the bombito, because I don't, I'm hoping they'll look through the brochure and not hate me, because, well, you can't have my stuff then, So, so I gave them that stuff anyway. But the raffle, and then the 25, I don't even say the amount of the raffle. I don't say it's going to be a $50 raffle. And it can be anything you want. I literally have full-size lipsticks. I have some of the eye makeup remover. I have hand creams. I have antibacterial gels. I can, I could put any 2 or 3 of these things in a bag with some tissue, and I'm planning to use the Avon bag with the holder with some tissue, put the products in there, a more current brochure, because I wasn't putting out current brochures when I talked to these people. And the winner is going to get that. You can also do an A-box. I don't even know if I would give them the A-box. I might just take the products out of the A-box and put that in the bag with the tissue. And, or you can give them the A-box, whatever. The rationale, I don't know. You can make it pretty if you don't put it in the A-box. But on the other hand, if you give them the A-box and then they look at the brochure and they see the next A-box, they might be inclined to spend $40 to get another one of these A-boxes if they liked it. So it's whatever you want to do. It's your business. We love that. The other thing I do, and this is Alisa Scola, this is on Donna's Dazzling Diamonds, is the $5 off, $25 or more. And I put that in the books. And so if they spend $25, you're going to give them $5 off. They're getting a 20% profit or savings. So even if you're only selling $100, $150 a campaign, and you're only making 20%, you're not going to make any money on this, right?
On that person.
On that person. Right. She spends $25, you give her $5 off, you're giving her your profit for that sale. However, she spends $30 or $40, now she's only making a 15% profit, right? The more she sells, because it's not $5 for every 25, it's $5 for 25 or more. So the most you're giving her is 20% of your profit. And it may be even less than that if she buys more than $25. And I put that in there. this isn't Donna's Dazzling Diamonds. It does have my phone number. So it says to redeem call. So download the file. I hope it gets in. You can have that enable edit thing up top, and you can change that phone number to your phone number. Honest to God, if you can't, don't just take a black magic marker and neatly mark over my phone number and just neatly write your phone number. Nobody cares. That's the beauty of this business. Nobody cares. And then hand those out and put those in the book and say, oh, and by the way, there's a $5 off, $25 gift card, certificate in the book with me. So that's how it went for me. Barbara, I know Barbara has been away for a good reason, but did you do it, Barbara, or how did it go?
I did. I have to say, I did take a couple of brochures with me to New York. On the way there, I did speak to a couple of people in the airport. The couple of people I spoke to, only 2 people actually took the brochure. And I spoke to them about the opportunity and about shopping on my online store. This morning, before I got on the Zoom meeting, I did see that I have an online order, but I didn't look to see who it was or if it's an old customer or somebody new or what. So I did walk away from both of these people and kick myself afterwards. I was on the flight because I didn't get any contact information for them, but I know my head wasn't in the right spot. When I was in the hospital, I was wearing a new Avon shirt, and a nurse came over to me and did say, and I'll be honest, again, I was not prepared, which, is understandable. I wasn't thinking. However, I always have business cards. So this nurse came over and said to me, oh my God, I love your shirt. And I was like, thank you. I got it from Avon. She goes, Avon sells clothes? And I said, Avon sells everything now. And I said, unfortunately, I'm not 100% prepared, but I do have a business card. You can order from my website. I said, and I'm always—
That's what you wanted to do anyway.
Right. I said, I am looking to expand my team. So all of my information is on my business card. If you want to, reach out to me. I said, I'm not going to be home, obviously, until next week. So she was just like, oh, that's great. So I don't really know, like I said, who the new person is on my website, or if it's an old customer, because I really didn't get a chance. But I mean, I didn't work as much as I probably should have, but my head wasn't really in it. And, I think I did more just because naturally I just do things that I don't even know I'm doing. And maybe with a little bit of thought process, I'll be able to tweak it for the next time to get a contact information. Maybe I'll take your idea with carrying around a couple of raffles with me and saying, can you give me your information? Which does make it a little bit easier because now you're giving them something for them to give you. I like that idea a lot. It's just, that's like Donna says, this is the beauty of this business. I didn't have to, although I did tell Donna what was going on. I didn't have to check in with anybody. I didn't have to, ask a boss for time off or whatever. So it made it a lot easier for me as far as that goes. And I think what I did was the best I could do for the circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's true about even asking for time off. So a company might give you that time off, but if it's not someone in your immediate family, which brothers are not,
right? Mother,
father, husband, children are your immediate family, they would force you to use your vacation time or your sick time or whatever. And, that kind of sucks because it's only March and she might want to go on vacation in August and she might get sick in September and, you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
So having to use that up so you can be with your family kind of sucks. So
it does. And I do have to say, I mean, that was the one relief, is that I didn't feel the pressure of a job or the pressure. I mean, I'm not saying it was 100% easy. I was still thinking about Bob and Colleen not being with me and relying on other people to get Colleen to school and, making sure that they we're able to make a meal without just going out and buying everything and so on and so forth. I did get because my plate is still very full. While I was planning the funeral, I got a text from my landlord that she's going to sell the house, so I'm going to be forced to move. So this is just another thing. And she was very sympathetic once I said to her where I was and that my brother passed. She said, oh, you have a couple of months. So at least I have that. But now that's playing on my head. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? And so on and so forth. So it's just the timing of everything just seems that it just keeps happening.
I know.
I'm rolling with the punches and doing what I can and doing the best I can.
Right.
So.
And that's the thing is everybody has their punches. I mean, I have mine right now too. I didn't necessarily share it with everybody, but I have my stressors where I woke up at 4 this morning in a panic. So we all have our thing. And
yes.
And it is, it's just, you have the choice of whether you're going to keep building your business or you're going to just let the bad things knock you down. So
right, exactly.
I choose to keep building my business because I know, on the long haul, this is going to, make things much better for me than either not having any money and living on the street or having to get a job or whatever. So, yeah. So, Liz, did you do anything? Did you talk to anybody?
I did, and it's so interesting. I'm just listening to you, both of you talk, and Barbara was saying, or you said something about the boss, not having to ask your boss for time off. Interesting because I just there's some things going on with my dad in New York, and which I have to ask for some time off at work, and they, for some reason, being the end of the month, being the beginning of the month, they were not too happy. This first time they put up so many obstacles, but I have to go take care of some things. But yes, I did reach out from our last meeting. I did spoke with some people and give out some brochures, and for some reason, I did not mark how many people I talked before, but Thursday, I used to work for a physician in Waterfall Lakes, and he retired, so I was invited for his retirement gathering.
Oh.
And seeing all these ladies that I work for, all these old friends. So for some reason we just gather, and I just felt so free and so not intimidated or not so scared. And I was prepared. I have brochures in my purse. I had about 6 or 7, and actually it was about 6 because I went to the car and got 2 more. So
awesome.
Yeah, I talk about the girls. I gave them brochures, and as a matter of fact, I'm about 11:30 or 12. Having lunch with someone, one of the girls there. So she said that she was willing to talk a little more. And
Tom, I gotta call you back. I'm on a business meeting.
So yeah, hopefully that'll go well.
Yeah.
I do have to add later if somebody wants to help me with, because I had somebody looking for me to buy online. And for some reason, this person was having a hard time. She couldn't say that there was no rep found under Liz Hicks Morales. So she said,
is that how your website is, or is it Morales?
It's under Liz Hicks Morales, both.
That's
Can you
okay.
email her? Go ahead, Barbara.
I was going to say what you should do is when you go on to your office, your web office, on the when you scroll down just a little bit on the right-hand side, it will say web office address. Copy that. Do you know how to copy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just you highlight it and then click on the right to copy it, and then send that to her.
See, that's what I was going to say. Great minds think alike, Barbara.
Yes. The only thing I can suggest, Liz, is that if she has ever ordered from anybody else through an Avon site, she needs to change her email to be able to connect to you.
Okay.
Now, the only other thing is she might be able to call the Avon. Do you have any of those pink order books?
Yes.
Okay, in the front of those pink order books, I think I have one right
On
here.
the inside cover.
This book, okay, in the front, on the very first page, there's phone numbers
Your
and times to
information.
call. You
Okay.
can give this information to a customer, and she might be able to get somebody from Avon to disconnect her and put her through you. But
Okay.
that's not going to happen until Monday, because they're closed until Monday. So
Okay.
the best bet is to send your link, and if she still can't get onto your site, she might be connected to another representative.
However, and the only reason why I think maybe not, because the lady said, no rep found. If she was connected to another, if she was connected to another rep, she would have been sent to their website. She couldn't get on any. So I think first you just, like she said, go into your Avon where you type in your account number and your password. Go in there, hit web office. Like she said, on the right of that, you'll see your URL for your web office. Copy it, email it to her, say, let me know if this helps, if this works.
Okay. Okay.
So simple as that. All
Yeah,
right.
and that is probably the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
You can even text it to her by pulling it up on your phone, copying it and sticking it in text, if
Right.
that makes life easier for you. Whichever works best for you, but that will definitely assist her. Because there might just be a silly little thing she's doing wrong when she's typing it in. And it, maybe she's putting in a hyphen and there is no hyphen, maybe, whatever. So, okay?
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
So-
But yeah, that went very well. So hopefully
Yeah.
it'll go positive, and I'll see what happens after that.
Excellent.
That's
So
great.
here's the thing, we don't want to drop it now because it went well. We want to just keep doing it.
Mhm.
So today, I just want to talk real quick about something. So Barbara, that lady, I think it was like 2 years ago at Rep Fest, we had that lady talking about stories. Kendra, is it Kendra Hall?
Oh, yes, I have
Kendra
a book.
Hall.
Yes.
So she talked about having a story. And then, because I told you I'm a network marketing nerd, I listen to all kinds of people who do network marketing. I listen to Avon reps who do network marketing. I listen to Eric Worre, W-O-R-R-E. He interviews the people who are making over $1 million a year. I listen to Darren Hardy. I listen to Jim Rohn. Whatever. I'm all over the place. And I listen to this lady named Sarah Robbins. And I just pull up all their information and I just try to absorb it. And I listen all the time. If I'm walking my dog, I got the headsets on. I'm not listening to music. I'm listening to a podcast about network marketing. So it was kind of an aha moment for me. But first, and it was the story. So Kendra Hall was one of our keynote speakers at Rep Fest 2 years ago, and she talked about your story. And she said, and I know this is true, and I can't tell you how many other people who are making $1 million a year talk about this. They all talk about this. Is your story. Nobody cares about, if you're trying to recruit somebody, you're trying to build your business by bringing more people into Avon. Bringing more people into Avon helps you and it helps Avon. If you love Avon like I love Avon, we don't want it to go belly up because there aren't enough representatives to meet the demand. And there is a demand because I get calls all the freaking time from people looking for an Avon rep. So I know there's a demand out there for representatives. And so we need more. And they're not in competition with us. We all help each other. We all build a company up. It's all good for all of us. Okay, that being said. So your story. So if you're trying to bring somebody in you can even talk about product. You can figure out how to make this work for your product. So your story consists of where you were at, what changed, where you're at now. That's literally the formula for your story. Where you were at, what changed, where you're at now. Real quick, you want to make the story to be less than a minute or a minute. My story basically is, I was working full-time at UCF in the theater department. I was working 50 to 60 hours a week anytime the semester was going. I got no compensation. I did not get overtime. I did used to get comp time. They took that away from me. I was literally working 6 or 7 days a week, not making a dime more than my paycheck, which was not that great. I could not have supported myself on my paycheck. And I certainly could have supported myself and even one kid on my paycheck. It was not that great. And I was worried, and I was burned out, and I couldn't deal with it anymore. I didn't have a way out. My daughter, here's the what's happened. My daughter asked me that she wanted to find a way to earn some money in the summer. I do not know why, but Avon popped into my head. We started a little Avon business. By the end of summer, she got her laptop computer, and I was making money. And as I learned more about Avon, I realized that could be the answer to my problem. How could I get out of this 60-hour-a-week job that I was working 6, 7 days a week? How could I get out of it? I realized Avon could be the answer. Today, I took early retirement. I do my Avon full-time. My time, I work when I want to work. If I want to go to Miami to visit that same daughter, I can pack up and go to Miami anytime I want to and visit with her. And Avon just is, I love it so much. I can't say enough good things about it. That's my story. Where I was, what changed, where I am now. So everybody needs to develop their story. And fine tune it so that you can say it in a minute. What do you do, Liz? And I always say this because this was hard for me. When somebody said to me, what do you do? I always said, I work with UCF. And then I started changing it because I realized I wanted out of there. I started saying, I'm an Avon representative. I didn't even mention UCF. If I met somebody I didn't know, I didn't say I worked at UCF. I said, I'm an Avon representative. That's changing a little bit of my story. Oh, Avon, why are you doing Avon? Well, let me tell you my story. So you need to have your story. So where you were, what changed, where you're at now. And it doesn't have to be anything. You don't have to have made something. You don't have to you could say, I was a stay-at-home mom. And I love being home with my kids. They were little, and I wanted to be home with my kids. I didn't want to have to put them in daycare or have my mom or somebody else watch my kids and me miss all the developmental stages. But my husband got, his hours cut from work or whatever. And it got to the point where we were going to have to I was going to have to get a job to help supplement the lost income from his paycheck. But I didn't want to do that. So I became an Avon representative, and I started building my business up to replace that money that I would have had if I took a job and then paying off daycare, right? And then today I get to be a full-time mom. I get to go on my kids' school class trips and still work a business. And so that could be where you were, what happened. My husband's job got cut. His hours got cut. Whatever. He got sick. Whatever. I didn't want to have to put my kids in daycare. And where I'm at now, I started my Avon business. I'm able to be home with my kids and still supplement our family income, working my business around my family. That's a story. It's not my story, but it's somebody's story. Mm-hmm. So everybody has their story, and you need to tell yourself that. So everybody needs to write their story. So that's one of your goals. I'm going to tell you got a lot of challenges. Challenge number 1, write your story. And say it so the next time you're on here, you can just say it smooth. Just smooth. Okay? So practice it. Stand in front of the mirror. Say it to your dog. Say it to your kids. Say it to your husband. Say it to your mother. I don't care. Whatever. So tell your story. Okay. But there's another kind of story that I really want to talk about today, and that's the story we tell ourselves. So that was my other aha moment. And when we tell ourselves the story, it's usually from our subconscious. Sometimes we feed into it with our conscious mind. And my aha moment was, I'm going to just give an example. Let's just say we have 25 people in a room. And all 25 people say, I want to grow my business. I need more income. What do I need to do? What do I need to do to increase my income? And I would say, Well, you need to have a goal. Do you have a goal of how much money you want to make? What's your goal? And they go, I don't know. I really don't have a goal. I can't really think. And then I would say, if you're not in President's Club, your first goal needs to be get to President's Club. So let me tell you what you need to get to President's Club. You need to sell $400 or more every campaign on average. So if you do 500 one campaign, 300 the next campaign, you're still on average 400 a campaign, right? We can do elementary math. And that needs to be your first goal. Get to President's Club. Because once you get to President's Club, you're going to make 40% on everything, 25% on fixed items. You can buy more demos if you want, on and on and on. Or get that 800 number that's better than the one you got now. So get to President's Club, right? So this is what you have to do. Now, if you're already into the year, which we are, where you're either about to submit your 8 or you're about to submit your 9, depending on what that is, you have 18 or 19 campaigns to get to that $10,000. So if your goal is to hit President's Club at $10,000 by campaign 26, you need to take $10,000, look at your last invoice, see what your sales are for this year, minus that from 10,000. Now, if you're already submitted 8, you have 18 campaigns left. If you haven't submitted 8, you have 19 campaigns left. Depending on what that is, you're going to divide that difference between the 10,000 and what you've already sold. You're going to divide that by 18 or 19. That's how much you have to sell the rest of the year on average each campaign. Now, it may be 400, it may be 500, it may be $600, but that's what you have to do. Now, here comes your story. 25 people are in the room. I would wager only 2 of them will make President's Club. Only 10% of all representatives make President's Club, even though if you ask any representative, she'd go, oh, I'd love to be in President's Club. Yeah, I'd love that. That's my goal. But I'm going to tell you the story. 23 people are going to look at that number, and they're going to think to themselves, I can't do that. I could never do that. I only sell $100 or $200 a campaign. Oh, I just can't. Well, I guess I'm not going to make the money because I can't do that. I can't. And they're just going to leave it. 2 people are going to look at that, and they're going to think, I've never sold that much money in a campaign in my life. I can't do that. But you know what? I really need to make this work. I need the money. I have to work. What do I have to do to get there? I got to figure out how I'm going to get there. Total difference in the story of telling themselves in their head, I got to figure out how to make this work because I'm going to make this work. Or I've never done that in my life. I can't do that. It's not possible for me. And it's possible for all 25 people. There's nothing different between anybody except the story they tell themselves in their head. And I've done it myself. I have looked at incentives, and I have looked at that the first day, and I can't do that. I'll never do that. Oh, you got to recruit 10 people, and I have to sell 300 more. And there are people, and then I look, there are people who've been in Avon a year, 2 years, and they're hitting those numbers. And they're no better than me, except that's the story I told myself. I can't do that. And that's your story. So you have your story that you tell people about why you're in Avon, but you need to really pay attention to the story that you tell yourself. And that'll always be the knee-jerk reaction when somebody tells you, hit this goal, or what do you want? You want to win the trip? You want to win the trip to Jamaica? Figure out what you have to do to hit Jamaica. And if you sit down and you figure out what you have to do to make that trip to Jamaica, and your gut immediately, first response out of your head is, I can't do that. That's your story. And you need to change your story. And the way you change your story is not easy because it's all subconscious. It's a story you've been telling yourself for however long you've been alive, minus probably the first 3 years. Because babies, little kids, toddlers, they think they can do anything. It's only when mom and dad and the teachers and everybody, your brothers and sisters and your aunts and uncles, and everybody starts telling you crap about what you can't do, you start building that story about what you can't do. So you need to, the best way to do that is, again, listening to podcasts, listening to Google mindset, get books for mindset. There's books, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, As a Man Thinketh. There's 100 books about changing your mindset. And the first thing you need to do is every single time that knee-jerk gut, first thing in your head is, I can't, you need to stop it immediately and go, well, I can. I'm going to stop lying to myself because, yes, I can. So that's Lisa. Say hi, Lisa. You remember Lisa? Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Instagram.
Hope you're doing well.
She's sneaking over to get the animals treats. So that's what she does. They're spoiled, the animals. So, oh, okay. So anyway, so that's your story. So we want everybody to tell their story. But I have a challenge for you all. Monday is April 1st. Woo! This is not an April Fool's joke. I get a challenge for the month of April. So from April 1st to April 30th, 30 days has September, April, June, and November. So you get 30 days. The first challenge, of course, is like I said, you need to write your story, but do that this weekend. Write your story this weekend. Do not procrastinate. Procrastination is another disease that we have. Write your story. And then I want you to really think, take half an hour, I don't care, whatever, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe it's going to be easy. What is the story you tell yourself? And I really want you to write down, what is the story you tell yourself? You don't have to let anybody see it. You don't have to share it with us. But I just really want you to do that. Do you tell yourself you can't? And then what are you going to do to try to fix that? Because you can, anybody can do anything they want. We just need to fix that inner dialogue. So again, what you to say when you talk to yourself, as a man thinketh, I know compound effect. If you read anything, you can go on YouTube. Doesn't have to be a book. Go on YouTube. Google Jim Rohn. Google Darren Hardy. Google Eric Worre. Google our YouTube. Google YouTube. All the same. Sarah Robin. Just all these people. There's tons of people out there. Brian Tracy.
Is Sarah Robbins with an H?
Yeah, SarahRobbins.
BB.
BBINS.
Thank you.
You can go Jack Canfield. We talked about his book, 25 Success Principles. He's the guy who wrote the Chicken Soup series. Jack
Right.
Canfield. Canfield, right? Yeah. Any of these books, you can YouTube them. You know, put it on your phone. Go for a walk. We all need more exercise. God knows I do. Put it on your phone. Plug your headsets on. Take a walk. Listen to it. Just something. Just change your mindset. Every chance you get, if you have that little doohickey thing in your car, I don't know what it is, where you can plug your phone into, so your radio plays your phone, put on a podcast while you're driving to work. Just set it up, get it in, plug it in while you're driving to work, you're driving to the store, you're driving wherever you're driving. Just listen to 5, 10, 15 minutes of a podcast. I was listening to Eric Worre, who was interviewing Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy's another guy. And he was talking about, he said to Eric Worre asked Brian Tracy about network marketing and why do most people not succeed in network marketing? And he said, and we've all heard this before in many variations, that we don't go for the no. We've talked about that before. There's also a book out there, Go for No. And he said the thing that people don't understand is it's going to take 100 failures before you see your business take off. So 100 failures. And he says, and it's the same thing you heard, and people will always stop before the 100th failure. Mm-hmm. And then they'll maybe come back later, but they get tired of the 100 no's or whatever. And he said, and I always heard also the idea of rolling the snowball up the hill. So you roll the snowball up the hill and it's hard because it's little and you bend over and then it gets a little bigger, and you get really tired and it's cold and you give up and you walk away and you say, I'll come back to it later. Well, the snowball rolls back down the ground, right? And you go back and maybe get a little higher and then you quit and it rolls back. If everybody realized, if you just kept rolling the snowball, however long it took you, once you got to the top, you can just knock it down and it starts going on its own momentum, right? It just starts going on its own momentum, starts building and building on its own momentum. But you have to do the work of getting it up the hill. And he'll say, that's the 100 no's. He said, if I told you when you got to your 101st no, that you would start making significant income, would you go through the 100 no's or the 100 failures? And that's really what it takes. And so Brian Tracy says what you need to do is fail fast, learn the lesson, do it again. Fail fast, learn the lesson, do it again. Fail fast, learn the lesson, do it again. 100 times. Fail fast, and you can do that in a month. You can do that, take 6 months. You can take 5 years to build that momentum. But if you want to grow your business, you have to go for the no, go for the failure. Just know, I get enough no's, I get enough failures. I'm just closer to the top of the mountain. And I'm just going to whiz all the way down. So that's my preach for the day. Okay, so your challenge, write your story that you can tell people where I was, what changed, where I am. And you don't have to be any place great. You can say, and I know now I can turn this into a full-time career working my hours. I'm not there yet. You don't have to say, and don't have to say I'm not there yet. Just say, I know that if I stay with this and I build this business, it's my business, it's my build. I know that I'm going to have financial freedom long after I retire. So that could be where you're at now. What's your story you tell yourself in your brain? You're going to find a book. You're going to find podcasts. You're going to find something. You can listen to Lisa Scola. I love Lisa Scola. Change or add to what you're already doing. These are your challenges for April. Change or add to what you're already doing. So if you've been doing something ad nauseum, month after month, week after week, and you're not seeing any results, I'm not saying stop doing that because, again, we're climbing the mountain, but add something to it. Now, I guess we talked about the gift certificate. If you're not adding the gift certificate when you're talking to people, if you're not talking to people, you want to start talking to people. Offering them a bonbito, right? The little gift bag with the brochure, with a gift certificate. Ask them if they would like to enter your raffle. At the end of the week, you're going to pull a raffle and somebody's going to win a prize. Those are the things you can add to, right? You're going to go for your 100 failures. You're going to go for the no, 100 failures. If you can get it done in April, I bet you're going to be so much further along in May 1st if you just go for the no. And you got to talk to people. I know we talk about this all the time, but it's network marketing. That's what it is. And network marketing means you have to network with people. I was listening to Carla Lytle, who's an Avon representative, who talks a lot about online sales. So that's another one you can listen to is Carla. I talked to her about her before. C-A-R-L-A, C instead of a K, Carla. Lytle, L-Y-T-L-E, L-Y-T-L-E. You know, she's Rhonda Voss's daughter.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay. So
I
she's
knew
the
the
one
name.
that lost her braces, and her mother said you have to pay for it, so she made her sell Avon when she was a teenager to her friends to pay for her braces because she lost them. So, and she said, so she was doing a live thing yesterday that I hopped on, and somebody asked her, I want to grow my business, what I need to do? And she says, you need to talk to 20 people a day. You need to talk to 20 people a day. And she goes, I'm not talking about Avon. You just need to talk to 20 people a day. You don't have to talk. You don't even have to mention Avon. Just chat with people. 20 people a day until you're so comfortable just talking to people. Starting the conversation with somebody. Oh my gosh, your kid's so cute. I just, how old is he? Whatever, do they have any siblings? I don't care. You don't even never mention Avon. Just start a conversation with 20 people every day. Now that's a lot. That's a stretch. I realize that. But just keep in mind, aim big, and if you only talk to 5 or 6, you're probably just still doing better than you were yesterday when you didn't talk to anybody, right? So, but we're going to go for 20 a day. And you're just going to be charming and wonderful and loving and smiling and giving people compliments all day long. You're going to just go out there and spread the love. And you never have to mention Avon. Just spread the love. Make people smile. Make people who are grumpy happy. That's your job. Go out there and make grumpy people happy. Make people having a really crappy day a little happier after they've spent 2 minutes with you. that's your challenge for April. We will meet again in 2 weeks, whatever day that is. So the 6th,
Oh, that
well,
doesn't
we have
work.
events, yeah. So, well,
All right.
I will post when we're going to do it. We might do it Friday night again,
Okay.
or I don't know. I have to do something in 2 weeks. So, yeah, we'll figure it out. Maybe Friday again, but, or we'll just do it a different Saturday. Because your challenge is for the whole month,
Mhm.
Right.
okay?
And Liz, next Saturday, I'll call you later about next Saturday, Liz.
Okay, yeah, okay, give me a call.
Yep,
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
no problem.
All right, guys, we're it. It's been recorded. I'm going to send this off to everybody. Feel free to call me with any questions, and have a wonderful weekend. It's a beautiful day. Go
Mhm.
make somebody happy today. Go make somebody smile, even if they're grumpy. Don't have to mention Avon. Just, just, just be the glow of sunshine in somebody's life.
Okay.
All right, thank
All right, guys. I'll talk
Bye.
to you later. Have a good one.
You
Too.
too. Have a great day. Have a good
Yeah.
weekend.
Yes,
Bye.
ma'am. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.